Greetings YouTube and welcome to another offer review video that stares into the depths of mediocrity. You know, I'm going to bring you back. I want you to just think really hard about this. Try to get into your memory. A long time ago, we're talking not seconds, not minutes, but 24 hours ago. That's right. On July 16th, 2018, when this company called Kabam decided to offer us a bundle deal for 150 units that included one Tier 1 Alpha Catalyst. That was 150 units, but today is a new day, and apparently the slate has been wiped clean, and inflation has hit us big time because today's two Catalyst bundle offers are just weird and about as exciting as a random emergency trip to the dentist. So let's start with the left one for 175 units, which, like I said, is 25 units more than yesterday's bottom tier deal, which did include the Tier 1 Alpha Catalyst you will see on the right, but we will get to the right in a moment. Now, on the left, you'll get 6 Tier 2 Basic Catalysts, which are so easy to farm, even if you have a very poor roster with mainly just a couple of 4 stars. That those are not enticing to anyone. Even if you're like first week in the game, I'd say, no, you can use those 175 units for something way better. And then just one Tier 2 Class Catalyst Crystal, not even choose your own class. This is just the 1 out of 6 RNG. And then besides that, you've got 25,000 gold. I don't know who put this together. It sort of feels like if you show up at the end of the shift of a donut store and they're like, well, we're kind of out of all of our greatest hits, but you can have the 2-day leftover stale ones that haven't been thrown to the raccoons in the back dumpster. That's what that left side deal is. I'm going to grade that an F. It's just a terrible deal for anybody. It just, why would you spend units on that? Why would you spend anything on that? All right, so we're starting with an F. The basement, as my voice is going out because I think I'm still trying to recover from getting Satan herself after 2,500 units of my own terrible purchase yesterday. Okay, the right side does have a Tier 1 Alpha Catalyst. Now, given yesterday, the value of that was 150 units, but today, let's 400% increase the price. Again, sorry, my voice is just having a hard time keeping up with the crappiness of this deal. Now, 8 Tier 3 Basics, that is a significant amount of Tier 3 Basics, and I will say again, they are not hard to farm if you have a decent roster at all, and you can pretty much guarantee yourself in the bonus chest once you've 100% completed the mission that on the right side, I believe it is, in the most difficulty, you can pop a fully formed one, but that saves you, I don't know, quite a bit of energy, right, and time, so I'll say that the 8 isn't bad. 1 Tier 3 Class Catalyst Crystal, again, this is a 1 out of 6 RNG that you can easily pull from daily individual events, and then 150,000 gold. Now, 150,000 gold, that's a pretty decent amount of gold. I'm not going to turn my nose up at that. So, certainly the right side is better than the left side, but it's still so minimal compared to yesterday when I legitimately gave, especially for free-to-play players, the far right deal a B+ to A- floor, meaning that if you weren't me and you got anyone besides 4-star Kamala Khan, you were going to have an even better value. And I heard from so many people yesterday who said, hey, Prof, I just want you to know that I got a 5-star Archangel out of it, and a 5-star Medusa, and a 5-star Stark Spidey. I even had one person who was so kind that his luck was so great after buying the detail, he sent me a little bit of a PayPal thank you, which, by the way, thank you so much for that. I will have to remember what your name is before the end of this because you definitely deserve a shout out. I am always happy to help give subscribers feedback as far as what you should spend your money and units on, but certainly a tip in the tip jar, if you will, was a quite unexpected, wonderful way to wake up. And speaking of waking up, I just want you to wake up to the fact that today's deals are so terrible. By the way, Joseph Bernard, that is a shout out. Thank you for the $25 that you sent to my PayPal to help cover the cost of the equipment that I'm currently recording this on. And congrats on your great luck yesterday and the far better luck than I had. So I'm not going to give the far right one an F. I think that's a little bit too harsh, but it's certainly nothing close to an A. I'm going to give the far right one a D plus value. I think that's fair. I think with the gold and the one tier 1 alpha catalyst, which is going to be about what any in-game player cares about past, they don't care about tier 3 basics. You have so many of those probably in the overflow, and certainly the tier 3 class catalyst crystal is nothing to take home about either. So an F and a D to generous D plus in today's two offers. I don't know what they're thinking in the headquarters. People's phones are still overheating. I'm getting people that are coming onto my stream saying it's day 10, day 11 in a row that they have not played this game. And so, if anything, they should be talking about, hey, how are we going to try to compensate the morale of the user? I still am skeptical that we will see any compensation package formally for Apple users, despite the fact that they are risking literal battery damage every time they turn on their phone. But what I do think we should see as a community, and I'm going to continue to preach this, is for Summoner Advancement, and by Summoner Advancement, I especially mean Summoner Appreciation Month, to return to the contest. Last year, we saw it, I think it was in June of 2017. We haven't seen it since, and somebody said that Kabam Mike said they're no longer doing it. Like, why, right? That's like canceling a national holiday. If something works and it helps with the morale of the game, which hasn't been this bad since patch 12.0, and in some ways it's even worse because at least back then you could still play the game without worrying about damaging your device, everybody at Kabam should be worried about trying to increase the morale of the community. And it's deals like this that are just a joke. They're literally taking yesterday's price of 150 units for a Tier 1 Alpha. And you can see on the right side that the Tier 1 Alpha is in the middle of the screen. If I'm teaching a marketing class, which I do every once in a while, I'm going to talk about how the eyeball of the consumer is dictated toward the middle of the screen. So typically, when you are creating, say, a thumbnail for an offer, as Kabam, somebody in the Kabam marketing department did, unless some sixth grader got an internship, poor sixth grader, your eyes are going to go to the middle of the screen. So you want to put your most prized possession, your best item in the center where the eyeball naturally is drawn to. And so by looking at the Tier 3 Catalyst bundle, I'm looking at that Tier 1 Alpha and thinking, okay, the Tier 1 Alpha is the prized possession of today's deal. Well, we know that we just gave it for 150 units, so now we've increased it 400% with worse items thrown in. No 5-star shards, nothing close to what we saw yesterday, 24 hours ago. It's not like the deal we had last week where they increased the price, but it took them from January to July to hope that you forgot. Like, this is literally 24 hours ago. And yet, it's so much worse. I just don't get it. Are they drunk? Who's running that company? If you're watching this, Kabam, please hire me. I'll work for cheap to help market your offers, because I just feel so bad for you at this point, because you literally can't be doing worse than offers like today. An F and a D to D plus at best. Don't use any units for this. I would rather you use them on premium disappointment crystals, which are generally the worst value in the game, because today is just kind of a slap in the face to everybody whose phones are still overheating. The morale keeps getting lower. Please, Kabam. August, Summoner Appreciation Month. Turn this sinking ship around, because I love this game, and I really don't want to see people who are great and who love it too continue to leave the contest because you're putting out terrible offers and not fixing your game. Thanks for watching, YouTube.